Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys some really quick tips in how you can basically get ChatGPT to give you much better answers overall. So there's two things to take into account. One thing people don't notice with ChatGPT is that down here you can actually adjust the thinking style and how much effort it's putting in now. So before we had different things that we can adjust, instant, fast, all these different things, and think harder. These are all different things you can adjust, but now you can actually, there's a toggle here to make it just overall as smart as possible, where it just thinks harder completely and it gives you a better answer as opposed to just answering as quick as possible or pretty much as generic as possible. And also by clicking the advanced button down here and verifying what model you're on, making sure that you're on the newest possible model, which is 5.6 Sol here, as opposed to 5.5, and then effort level, making sure it's on high as opposed to instant or medium. A lot of the times people have this on instant or medium, and then they don't get great results, and it takes, obviously you'll get answers a lot quicker, but you're going to miss a lot of the options of having it dig deeper into whatever topic you're discussing. Now, the second most important thing, in my opinion, that can help ChatGPT be better and less of a yes man is using the prompt that we include in the description of the video or the pinned comment, which is just basically this. All it's doing is telling it to act as your independent, no-nonsense strategy advisor and reality check. And it goes into depth in this angle, basically telling it not to be a yes man. Because at a point, ChatGPT can be way too much of a yes man. It's way too agreeable. It's actually annoying at a point, because if you're trying to get stuff done, or you're trying to look at analytics or do something specific, and it's just constantly agreeing with you, you'll never get to the bottom or the meat and potatoes of what it is you're trying to achieve. You'll never get honest answers from ChatGPT that aligns with what you're trying to do. So for instance, if I go, and just to give you guys an example, let's say we go into instant mode and ask, should I draft, let's say, Chris Godwin or Emeka Egbuka, let's just say. And we'll see how fast it goes, right? We have it on instant right now, and it says Emeka Egbuka if I'm choosing between the straight two, and it gives us a reason as to why. Now, if we, obviously that very well could be the answer. It could be correct in a lot of ways, but now we go into advanced, and then we basically tell it this. We tell it this. We use the prompt that we're including in the description of the video or the pinned comment. And then now we ask again, should I draft Chris Godwin or Emeka Egbuka? And now it's actually going to take things into account a little bit longer, decide whether it's the right idea, and be a lot harsher with whatever our decision should be. Where if I was leaning, let's say, Chris Godwin and the other one, it'll start to agree with me and say, hey, you have a good point about Chris Godwin, as opposed to now it'll be more involved in the statistics and tell us why we should take specific players. And this can apply to everything, even beyond fantasy football or whatever it is you're doing. If you're starting a business and you want to ask ChatGPT, information about it and ask for honest opinions, the best way to do it is to have it thinking a bit harder on the highest level of thinking, and then basically use that prompt so that it's a little harsher with you and telling you the direct thing. So it says, Emeka Egbuka if they cost you the same pick for pure ceiling. I have him clearly ahead of Chris Godwin. Egbuka, and it gives us a reason, and then the same pick. Then we can ask, well, but for overall value at ADP. I misspelled that, but you get the idea. With this, it actually takes time to think about it and give us a better in-depth answer, searching 18 websites, going into detail, as opposed to just giving a consensus answer that you can get anywhere on the web. This will actually analyze whatever it is we're asking in a lot more depth. So for instance, to give us a reason here, and it tells us Godwin potentially better ADP value, which is something we didn't get mentioned on the other one. And then it says here, at their current ADP, I prefer Chris Godwin, which is a completely different answer. So that's just a perfect example of how using the think harder / higher advanced modes and making sure that you're on the highest possible, newest possible model, as well as using the powerful prompt that we mentioned at the beginning, you'll get the harsher answer. And as we can see here, we could say but I like Egbuka. Am I wrong? And it'll actually give us a more detailed explanation as to why it thinks this is the correct answer and be a bit harsher on us, as opposed to simply just agreeing with our opinions. where it'll respond to us in ways like this, like, no, you're not wrong to like Ibuka. You'd be wrong if you let liking him erase the price difference, which is an important feat here, and something that it probably wouldn't tell us in another chat. It would agree with us and start going down the rabbit hole as to why we should take Ibuka, as opposed to giving us an explanation as to why it thinks the other player is better, staying rational and giving us actual data. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.